45-degree incline rotating grip dumbbell press. You're going to press the weight up quickly and take 3 seconds to lower it down. Notice that the hands are rotating as you press them up and as you bring them down. Let the elbow come as low as possible on each and every rep. Pronated grip bent over easy bar row. You're going to hinge at the waist and keep the body locked in place. You're going to row the bar up towards the abdomen, keeping the back straight. You're going to pull it up quickly, take 3 seconds to lower it back down. Flat, wide grip barbell press to the neck. You're going to use a wide grip, bring the bar down in 4 seconds towards the neck, and then press it back up quickly. You're going to superset this with a high pulley crossover. Notice the split stance. You're going to cross the pulleys down in front of you, bring them back up in 4 seconds. So down in 1, up in 4. Close supinated grip pull down. You're going to sit up nice and straight, have the palms facing you, pull the weight down quickly, and let it go up in 4 seconds. Couple things to avoid with this exercise. You don't want to pull the weight down and let the shoulders roll forward like shown. So you want to keep the chest up, don't let the shoulder blades roll forward. Also, you do not want to swing the weight down. You do not want to use momentum. Lastly, if the weight's too heavy, you need to adjust it accordingly. Okay, that exercise is supersetted with a medium pronated grip pull down. You're going to use an overhand grip, pull the weight down quickly, and raise it for 4 seconds. Keep the chest up and the body stable. Couple things to avoid. As you pull down, you do not want the shoulder blades to roll forward. Keep the shoulder blades back and the chest out. Also, no momentum is used on the pull down. Keep the body braced, only use the back and the arms to pull the weight. Lastly, do not let the elbows punch backward as you pull down. You want to keep them moving in the vertical plane. 30-degree dumbbell fly. To set up the exercise, you're going to pull the rib cage down. Keep that locked down the whole time. Use an overhand grip on the dumbbells and bring them down for a 2-second count and back up. As you notice, as we switch to the side angle, the arms come back towards the ears slightly as you lower and then back over the chest as you raise them. Use controlled movement the entire time. Here, this is an example of the drop set. This is a 10-8-6 drop set. You'll do 10 reps with one weight, quickly drop the weight, do 8 reps, drop the weight, do 6 reps. That's going to be paired with a ropes row to waist. You're going to sit up nice and tall, no momentum in the back, row the weight up quickly for 1 second, take 2 seconds to lower it back down. One thing to avoid, do not let the shoulders roll as you pull the weight up. And as always, do not use momentum on the row. The drop set's going to look like this. You'll perform 10 reps, drop the weight, perform 8 reps, drop the weight, perform 6 reps. Snatch grip podium deadlift. There's a few options here. Here, I'm doing a deadlift on a platform here at my facility. As you notice, the grip is really wide and the back stays straight the whole time. If you do not have a platform like that where the weight is lower than the floor, then you're going to stand on a platform. You can either use bumper plates or an aerobic step. If that's too challenging of a lift, which for some of you it might be, then you do a traditional deadlift on the floor with the hands wide. If that's still too advanced, then you need to use a hex bar deadlift like shown. Keep the back braced, the chest out, the shoulder blades back. Nice and controlled movements. Heels elevated barbell hack squat. You're going to lower yourself for 4 seconds and bring yourself up quickly. Keep the chest up and the shoulder blades back the whole time. Couple things to avoid. As you descend, you do not want to lean forward. That defeats the purpose of this lift. Also, you do not want to tuck the chin down or look at the floor. Keep your eyes up on the horizon. Lastly, if the weight's too heavy, it's going to look like this. So make sure that you choose an adequate weight that you can do the form correctly. That's going to be supersetted with a dumbbell alternating lunge. You're going to go down in 2 seconds, take 1 second to stand back up to the starting position. As you notice this front view, I'm lunging a little bit off to the side. You do not want to lunge on a tightrope, so a little bit to the left or to the right, depending on which leg you're using. Now on the side view, you notice the knee does track forward over the toes, and that's perfectly fine. You want to keep the shoulder blades back and the chest up, eyes on the horizon. If the dumbbells are too advanced, then you're going to want to just put the hands on the hips and do your lunges with no added weight. Here's a few examples of what you do not want to do. As you lunge, you do not want to lean forward. You want to keep the chest up, shoulder blades back. And here, the front view shows somebody lunging on a tightrope. Do not lunge with the feet close together. Next up, leg curl, toes out, and dorsiflex. That means toes are turned open and pulled up towards the kneecap. Now the video does not show the foot placement as I'd like, but you get the idea on what the leg curl is. So pull the weight up quickly and go down in 4 seconds with the toes open and pulled up. You're going to superset that with another leg curl, but with a different foot placement. This time toes are in and plantar flexed, which means turn inward so the big toes are touching and pointed away from you. You're going to curl it up quickly and go down in 4. Leg press, feet narrow, toes out at 45 degrees. Okay, this is a drop set, 12, 10, 8. You're going to lower the weight slowly and bring it back up. You're going to do 12 reps like that. Then you're going to hop out of leg press, take a little bit of the weight off, do 10 reps. Then you're going to do the exact same thing, take a little weight off, and do 8 reps. Incline gar hammer raise. You got a few different options here. Here I'm on a decline bench facing the opposite way. You're going to grab the bench with the hands and pull the hips up. Notice the hips are locked at 90 degrees and the heels are down towards the butt. You're going to pull up in 2 seconds and lower in 2 seconds. Here's what you want to avoid. You do not want to swing the legs up. You don't want the feet to flare up either. Also, you don't want to bring the feet too low so that they touch the ground. You want to keep them locked at 90 degrees. If that bench is taken at your gym, then use an incline bench like shown. And you have a few different angles to choose from. You can either use a 30 degree as shown, or if that's too challenging, knock it down to about a 15 degree angle. And then yet again, you can do a flat bench. So as you fatigue, you may need to change that. Leg press, calf raise, toes in. Notice the foot placement. You're going to be low on the plate with the feet turned in. You're going to take 2 seconds to raise the weight and 2 seconds to lower the weight. You're going to perform 12 reps. Standing one-arm hammer grip dumbbell press. Notice the split stance. You're going to start with the dumbbell in your weaker arm, press it up to the ceiling using a neutral grip. You're going to take 1 second to press it and 3 seconds to lower it. You want the bicep to go all the way up to where it touches the ear. Once you've done all on one arm, you'll switch to the other arm. A couple things you want to avoid. You do not want to use compensation. You don't want to lean to one side to bring the weight up. Also, you do not want to do half reps. Make sure you bring the elbow as low as you can towards the floor each and every rep. Also, this is not a pronated grip press. You will use a hammer grip, so no overhand pressing. And seated dumbbell Cuban press. You're going to upright row the dumbbells, externally rotate them when you get to the top, and then press them to the ceiling. On the way back down, mimic the exact same motion. Be sure you don't use heavy weights here. You want the form to be perfect, nice and controlled motion. That's going to be supersetted with a seated dumbbell lateral raise. Sit up nice and tall and bring the dumbbells out to the side. Take 1 second to raise them, 3 seconds to lower them. Here's a few things you want to avoid. You don't want to open the thumbs up as you raise the weight like shown. Also, do not bring the weights towards the front. Keep them right to the side. Lastly, you guessed it, no momentum on this exercise. Keep them nice and controlled. Next up, you got a wide grip barbell row to the chest. Did you notice I got a wide grip on the bar? You're going to keep the body nice and still, row the weight up quickly to the chest, and lower it slowly. Okay, what you don't want to use here is no momentum. You also do not want to have a medium or narrow grip. Make sure the grip is wide. That's going to be supersetted with a bent over dumbbell lateral raise. So you're gonna be in the same position with the hips and back, except you're gonna have the dumbbells in your hand, bring them up controlled and down slow. A couple things to avoid here. You do not wanna use momentum to bring them up. You also do not wanna bring the dumbbells back towards the hips. Lastly, make sure that the body does not start to elevate as you do your lateral raises. You wanna keep your body down at about a 15-degree angle to the floor. Okay, for D1 and D2, it's a little different. You're gonna choose your weaker arm, and you're gonna do all the reps on D1 and D2 for one arm. Then you're gonna go back to D1 and do the opposite arm. So for example, if your left arm's weaker, you'll do 8 reps on D1 with your left arm, do 8 reps on D2 with your left arm, and then go back to D1 and do the same thing for your right arm, to D2 for your right arm, go back and forth like so. 30-degree side lying dumbbell lateral raise. You're gonna be in the bench like shown. Start with a dumbbell at the hip and bring it up over the ear. You're gonna take 1 second to go up, 2 seconds to go down. Once you've done 8 reps, you're gonna move to D2, which is a 30-degree side lying dumbbell Powell raise, which is when you raise it in front of the face. So raise it up quickly above the ear, down in 2 seconds. And as I mentioned, once you've completed all the reps on one arm, you'll go back to D1 and do the other arm. Low pulley pronated grip upright row. You're gonna stand up nice and tall, shoulder blades back, head up. This is a drop set. You're gonna raise the weight for 1 second, take 2 seconds to lower it. Perform 10 reps, drop the weight, then do 8 reps, drop the weight, do 6 reps, and then rest. Flat close grip barbell press. You're gonna put your arms straight in the air, and where they meet the bar is how wide your grip's gonna be, which is about shoulder width apart. No closer than that. Lower the bar for 3 seconds to the nipple line, and then press back up for 1 second. So down in 3, up in 1. One arm supinated grip dumbbell Scott curl, also called a preacher curl. Okay, you're gonna curl the weight up using a palms up grip for 1 second, take 3 seconds to lower it. If you don't have one of those benches in your gym, then use an incline bench like shown with the foam roller elevating the elbow. Pull the weight up quickly and down in 3. A couple things to avoid. Make sure you don't lean back and try to leverage the weight up. Also, be sure that you use a full range of motion. Here, I'm not going down all the way, so make sure you stretch the arm all the way. You're gonna go all the way down, all the way back up. 30-degree hammer grip dumbbell triceps extension. You're gonna take 4 seconds to lower the weight down to the shoulder. Once it touches, you're gonna press it back up for 1 second. Down in 4, up in 1. What you want to avoid here is allowing the elbows to sag down. So keep the elbows pointed up towards the ceiling at all times. You're going to superset that with a high pulley supinated grip press down. You're going to have the palms up, press the weight down quickly, and raise it up for 4 seconds. So down in 1, up in 4. 45-degree dumbbell hammer curl. You're going to be on a 45-degree bench. Let the weights go down in 4 seconds, up in 1. If you notice on the side view, the tricep quickly flexes and then goes back up. This ensures the bicep is fully straightened and that you're achieving full range of motion. You're going to superset that with a standing dumbbell Zotman curl. Palms are up on the way up, and then when you get to the top, you're going to rotate the wrist and go down with the palms down. Up in 1, down in 4. Low pulley ropes overhead triceps extension. This is a drop set. You're going to press the weight up quickly, lower it controlled, do 10 reps, drop the weight, do 8 reps, drop the weight, do 6 reps. Be sure that you're doing this exercise with a split stance. You're going to superset that with a low pulley supinated broke wrist curl. So use a straight bar, and by broke wrist I mean that they're bent back. That takes the forearm out of the movement. You're going to curl it up quickly, take 2 seconds to lower. This is a drop set as well. So 10 reps, drop the weight, 8 reps, drop the weight, 6 reps. Next up is HIIT day and abs, okay? You can choose any mode of exercise that you want. You can use an incline treadmill, you can use a track that's outside, you can use a prowler if you have one. It kind of doesn't matter what you use. You could use a bike, a spin bike, something like that. Just make sure that it has a little bit of resistance to it. Okay, so what you're going to do, exercise A is 4 sets of 40 seconds of work. It needs to be all out. So you're going to sprint for 40 seconds and then rest 150 seconds on week 1. Notice that the rest changes as you go along. Okay, and then once you do 4 40-second sprints with 150 seconds rest, you're going to go to letter B, which is another sprint, but this time it's only 30 seconds. So you're going to stick with the same exercise. You're not going to change the sprint. So if you're sprinting outside, you're always sprinting outside. If you're using the bike, you're always using the bike. So letter B, you're going to sprint again, but this time for 30 seconds, and you're resting 2 minutes. Okay, then once you've done those, you're going to go to letter C, which is 4 20-second sprints. Okay, so as you notice, the amount of work is decreasing as you get more fatigued. Also, from week to week, the rest is decreasing too. Hopefully that your cardiovascular and your ability to do this work is improving so that week to week you can do the same amount of work with less rest. Okay, after all that, we're going to go to some abdominal work. Lying straight leg, feet to the sky. Use your arms as leverage, and you're going to press your feet up towards the ceiling. Pause for 1 second, lower for 2. So up, hold it, down in 2. Twisting crunch. You're going to crunch up and turn the elbow towards one knee, come back down, crunch up and take the elbow towards the other knee. Swiss ball pull-in. You're going to roll out on a Swiss ball, put the hands in a push-up position. You're going to curl the knees towards the chest for a 2-second count and take 2 seconds to lower them back out. Make sure that the hips do elevate slightly as you pull in and that you're activating the lower abs. All right, guys, so that's the whole program. Hopefully you understand everything. All right, there's a lot of information there. You might need to rewatch this twice or 3 times. Also, bring your phone with you in the gym, that if you need to know another demonstration, you can go back to the video and see how it's done. I want to make sure that you guys execute this program to its full potential, because if you can't execute it to its full potential, then you're not going to get everything you can out of it. So if you like this program, be sure to check back in with us, because we have a full year of periodized program waiting for you after you do this program. So hopefully you enjoy it, and share with me how you did. Share with me your photos, all that good stuff, because I really would love to hear from you. So until next time, keep training hard, lift heavy things, and them treadmills don't work.